Hello everybody, back here again for my table refinishing, Idiot's Guide to Woodworking. And basically what we have here is, I'm just kind of outside doing a bunch of work, building some shelves and stuff. Mostly I'm doing it outside because it's fairly nice, it's a little chilly, it's not too bad. But I've got a couple of things inside that I'm refinishing, mostly that table, and I don't want the dust in the air. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you in and kind of show you how that's looking. One of the things you wanna do before you head in, something like that, after you've been out here making so much dust, is bring your air hose out, blow yourself off, get rid of all the dust and dirt and that off you. That way it's just, you don't want to track this stuff in here. You're trying to keep this room as dust free as possible. Get my lights turned on here so you guys can see what's going on. And it doesn't help you if you're dragging all the dust back in with you. So what I have here is that butcher block table I showed you guys before. I don't know if I quite call it a butcher block because it's not that thick. It's 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches thick, something like that. And it is pieced together. You can see all the different, chunks. So whatever you call that. I did go ahead and that little hole there where it had split out, I got some wood filler in it, and so I mixed up some glue and some sand, some sawdust. Unfortunately, it turned out a little darker than I would have liked, but at least it's glued down. Before, that giant piece was wanting to peel out real bad, but I've got that set and secure now. There's the other thing I'm not sure I like, but it seems to be actually in the wood, is that long black line right there. It's actually defect in the wood part. Well, I should say defect, and part of the wood's been there from the tree. Also, the thing I don't like is this piece right here is splitting out. It's been like that since I got it. It hasn't changed. I've had it all winter and that. During the hot summers and stuff, it didn't get any bigger. I kind of measured it. I've been washing it. Nothing's changing. So I went ahead and said to heck with that. I was going to throw some glue in it, but I was afraid I'd make it worse. So I figured I'll leave it alone and see what happens. Not sure if you guys will see. It's got a nice, I guess you can see there a little bit. It's got a fairly nice little sheen on it. It's looking pretty good so far. I'm real happy with how it's turning out. There's some weird things like right here, that little kind of oval shape that shows up on camera but does not seem to show up in the eye. Like, I've had lights all over this thing and stuff shows up on the camera that's not there to the human eye. Must be just a little slight light reflection or whatever, but it's looking really, really good. I'm not a fan of finishing. I despise it immensely, and I've been kind of cheating with the concept. I think I put it back in the cabinet. Let's see if I can get over here. I did set it up on my little, just a fold out table to go ahead and make it a little easier to put a finish on it instead of trying to spray down all the time. And what I did, I'm actually using a Minwax fast drying polyurethane. The person actually wanted superior durability, they say. They wanted the clear semi-gloss is what they were after. So that's what we got. So we got the Minwax polyurethane. I'm having good luck with it. It's doing nice. I mean, it's really, I don't know, I'm a big fan of it so far. I'm going through a lot of it, seems like, but oh well. It's given me a lot better finish than I ever would have got with a brush. I hate doing finishes with a brush. I have been cheating. This actually is my little paint cabinet here, and you can see I've got a couple light bulbs in it, keeping it warm. The shop's warm enough now that I've been unplugging the lights during the day most of the time, and then plugging them back in as I go home. I go in at night in case the garage gets cool, which it's not been. But I also am cheating. I'm putting my cans of paint, my polyurethanes, all that kind of stuff. I actually set it on the stove, depending on how cold it is and how hot the stove's running. I'll set it in there for 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Shake it up. Make sure that polyurethane, spray paint, whatever I've been using lately, is super warm. I can't believe how much nicer this stuff is when it's warm. I've thought about in the past, even like in those kind of semi-cool evenings when you're out here doing some finishing, going ahead and getting one of those coffee cup warmers, those little candle warmer type things, a little plate, hot plate looking deal, and set my paint cans on that to keep it warm. But it's not been a problem so far, because like I said, I'll set it on the wood stove for a little bit, keep it shook up real good, and I'm good to go. Here's one of the signs I'm out here also finishing. I figure if I'm going to have the garage warm, I might as well do it. I've got a bunch of stuff that's already finished, and I'm pretty much down to just the table now. So I figure I have maybe another 4 coats to put on it. I'm going to put tons of coats on here, make sure I get it right. I'm steel wooling it in between each coat. And you can see here, I have the steel wool. And I'm using the, where in the heck is it? I think it's 4/0. And for some reason, this is not telling me here. So, but anyway, I think it's a 4/0. It's the finest one I can find, which, having good luck with that. I've never used steel wool before in finishing, and I'm a huge fan of it. The stuff is really kicking butt. I I'm loving the stuff. I really am. Like, it's kind of a pain in the butt, and I end up with a couple little slivers when there's like little splinters on some of the wood. It's not truly smooth, and it's peeling off little pieces of steel wool I go back and pick out, but that's not a problem. It's something I'm noticing. It's really giving me a great finish. It's not creating the dust like the sandpaper and stuff does. It's not nearly as aggressive. Not as worried about tearing off the finish that I'm putting back on. So hoping next couple days I'll have this baby knocked out. I'm glad it's kind of semi-warm out, so I'm trying to keep the garage warm enough. So I'm having the wood stove going 24/7 so I can bake this stuff dry and put on a couple coats a day. So anyway, the other thing I did do, you can notice here, is I have my little redneck dust collector deal. It's just a furnace fan bolted to, or actually it's taped to a box fan. So furnace filter taped up to a box fan is working great for me, especially when I'm spraying the polyurethane. I got my respirator on and stuff. Actual automotive high-end paint respirator works great, but you can see the crap getting sucked in there. So I know after this I'm going to put a new filter on because that polyurethane is just coating this. I'm losing a lot of my airflow coming through. So anyway, and the way I know I'm losing airflow is on the fan here. I'm not sure it's going to show up. Yeah, it might, but you can actually see there's getting to be a bunch of gunk on the sides of the blades. And I don't know why this thing's taking forever to stop here. But that tells me the fact that stuff's coming back in this way. Actually, you can see a little bit right here on the sides of the thing. But if you look at the blades, they're not showing up for me. Damn it. That was a waste of my time. But anyway, you can see there's a lot of stuff being sucked in here and then being blown back out by the blade. So that's when you know your filter's getting dirty and you need to change it. So definitely I'm going to hold off that polyurethane. I'm just making this giant cloud of crap in here. And this table I'm doing a lot, so I'm not going to bother changing that filter. They're like $7-8 a piece. I'm going to wait till I get the table finished and ruin that filter out the rest of the way. So anyway, that's all I know for now. I'll get back to you and let you know what the final results are, and we'll get it out in the sunlight and let you see it in natural light. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day.